Hello, everyone, and yes, welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2024. Although I just uploaded last night, I'm going to go ahead and do another video tonight. And we are at the coach hiring stage in the first offseason. And I did not point this out the last time in the last video, but the players that had expiring contracts are already not on, they've already been taken off of the team page here. So you can see we've got 10 guys to work with. And all these guys seem generally happy except for Bennett and McCleary. They're a little upset still, but, um, we've already got those guys taken out. We can negotiate with those that aren't here, like Spurgeon. I would like to bring him back. Don't know if I'll get to, but I didn't notice that before I turned the video off last night. And we're at the coach hiring stage. Like I said, if I'm being honest, this is my least favorite part of these games. At least it has been in the past. I don't know if there's any way you can make this part of the game any more exciting. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, it looks very much the same as it did last year. You can actually have it go ahead and just finish for you, which is actually kind of a new option. And maybe if it comes to that, I will go ahead and have that happen. But I would like to have some control over who the coach is on the team. I believe I want to make sure, but I believe all of the coaching staff had 1-year contracts in the first year. And they did. You see, here we are as the GM, but there's no head coach, no assistant coaches, so we've got some work to do. And depending on how this goes, this might be all I do tonight. It's just the coach hiring stage. It's late, and I have a little bit of free time to do a video. Let's go ahead and try to hire a head coach and then get that out of the way and then go about with the assistants. One way I try to do this is, we're looking for a head coach, so we've got this highlighted, and you see the different ratings here, and I guess it depends on what you're looking for when it comes to a coach, but I feel like the basketball IQ, the higher it is, the better the coach a lot of times, even though that's not always the case. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I think I'd have to think about this. What is the best way to approach uh, what we need? I don't think basketball IQ is a bad way to go. You could go by what a person is demanding, like, Vegas Howell, who we just got rid of, who I'm not bringing back, is actually demanding the most money of anybody. And, yeah, forget that. I'm not bringing that. That guy's not worth that kind of money. We have $8 million to work with to hire all 4 coaches. So I feel like that's actually a pretty good budget, because this guy doesn't even equal 1 million, and he's the highest. He's asking for the most, and he's the head coach. So the rest of them should be hired for less money than that. So this actually should be plenty enough to work with. But I don't want to do with Vegas Hal again. So um, I'm actually going to, let's go ahead and organize this again. I don't want somebody with a terrible temperament, though. Try to get somebody that doesn't have a terrible temperament and also isn't greedy. So this guy's low on greed. He's got a good temperament. Jesse Tuohe. But if you look his potential evaluation, and he's not the greatest X's and O's guy. So I'm going to keep going on that. This guy's got good temperament, He's kind of greedy though. It might be hard to find somebody. This guy's excellent average. Still wish his ratings are a little higher. Is there anybody that's just not in the 20s on something? That guy's a little greedy. This Nick Williams, I mean, he's not really great at any one thing. He's actually less than mediocre at a lot of things. It could be there aren't a lot of coaches, a lot of good coaches available. I don't want to settle with Vegas Howell again. I want to have a new face on the coaching staff. Although it looks like there aren't a lot of good choices. Yeah, there aren't a lot of good choices, it doesn't look like. So, what does view style mean? Okay, this actually does look kind of new. I don't think this was in last year's. You can view style, ratings, or stats. What does stats mean? Is Vegas the only one with experience? Yeah, he's the only one with experience. And he didn't do great for us. View style. What about trying to get somebody that has like a slower offensive? I don't know if I want very slow, but slow offensive pace. Defensive intensity slightly high. I kind of like these two right here. It's Jason Thomas and Jason Favors. As far as this team goes, if we're going to keep the slow pace, which seemed to work, well, I mean, it kind of seemed to work. Uh, Jason Thomas. He's got a poor temperament though, and he's very greedy, and his stats down here aren't great. Let's look at Jason Favors. Again, stats aren't great. Terrible temperament, very greedy, so you don't want that. Wow, I expected I expected better choices, and there aren't a lot of good choices. We could just go with Joe Scott here. We got plenty of money to hire him, and it would be for 3 years. And actually, I kind of like his offensive pace is average. He likes to go for the boards. Let me click his basketball IQ is pretty good. He's not very. I don't want somebody with a terrible temperament though. I tell you what, I do want to change. Let's go to ratings once again. Okay, this is, on these games, a lot of times you get what you pay for. I can't believe Vegas how can't be the best option. So let's go with somebody that's not very greedy, but also has a good temperament, but also costs, um, you know, not a bad chunk of change. This guy's pretty mediocre at everything. He's actually Andre Morton. He's a little greedy, though. Adam Smith, very greedy. High, high, low. Here we got Jesse 208 again, who's got great basketball IQ, but not really good at anything else. He heavily favors veteran players. We don't really have a very old team. He also likes a very fast pace. So I don't know if he also looks like Ron Howard, which is not a problem. I'm just trying to be funny. But uh, yeah, look at this. 6-25 coaching a G League team. It's not great. Let's look at Carvel Brown. I kind of want somebody that, I mean, I don't really either no preference on player preference or prefers younger players. As far as a bench goes, I kind of like a medium bench. I mean, I don't really like a short bench, but I don't really like a deep bench either. I still don't think this guy is a good fit either. He's pretty greedy. He's average. Let's see about he once again prefers veteran players. Aaron Slaughter. It's kind of a cool name. But see Drew Van Dyke. He's kind of greedy. Todd Doss. Okay, he heavily favors young players. Balanced rotation. I like that. He does like a fast pace. Still don't know. He might be the best option so far, even though he's like a fast paced guy. We can maybe potentially change to a fast pace. He's got a terrible temperament, it says. Juan Ellis. We're going to find somebody. Most of these guys looks like they prefer a fast pace, which, I mean, that sort of matches up with today's NBA, but I don't know if it will match up with, okay, average pace. These are both, you got an excellent temperament, not very greedy, usually crash. Should we go with Reggie Burlston? That's how you pronounce that. You know, he's not got, he doesn't have great ratings, but I don't know. I kind of feel okay about Reggie Burlston. So he wants 606,000 a year for 4 years. Let's try to give him like 590,000 a year for 4 years. Uh, make an offer to him for that. Okay, let's go to first assistant. Would it be kind of funny if we hired Vegas Howell as our first assistant? Sort of a demotion. I mean, he's on the list though. I still want. I don't know. I just want to steer. Let's go with Jesse 208 as the First assistant. The guy that looks like Ron Howard. Let's go with him. Okay. He wants a 3-year contract, 625. Let's try like 600. Of course, that would be more than what we're giving the head coach. Let's try 585 for 3 years. No, not as head coach. Goodness. Well, now I messed it up. Go back to head coach. Let me find Burleston again. Here he is. We offered him $595, right, for 4 years for head coach. Okay, that looks better. Now let's go to second assistant. Hal's just want to get on somewhere. It looks like. Let's try this. Never mind, guys. It's been a long day. Let's try Carvel Brown. You think as a second assistant? You know what? Let's actually let's try to get some of these cheaper guys for second and third. Lewis McConnell. He reminds me of somebody too, but I can't put my finger on it. Let's try him for second assistant. I remember to change this. He wants 513. Let's just try 500,000. Yeah. Well, let's do 510,000 for him for 3 years. And let's try Matt Neighbors as a third assistant. Let's give him the same 510 for 3 years. And let's run one signing period. Let's see if any of these guys sign. They all 4 signed. Well, Reggie Burleston is our new head coach for 4 years. That might not be the best decision, but we'll go with it. We got a coaching staff now. I want to look at this coaching staff real quick. Here we go. We got doesn't look much different than way before. Jesse Tuoe has 4 stars on basketball IQ. So his IQ is really high. I kind of like that, even though he really didn't do well in the G League coaching. Reggie Burleston, I like that he's got an excellent temperament, prefers young players, average pace. I don't like that he never crashes the boards on offense, but, you know, as far as what my philosophy is, it's not too much of a stretch from what I like. Gosh, his record wasn't that great either. That's what we got. So we're gonna try to roll with that. Um, and I think since that part's finished, I think you can just click this and it'll finish the rest of it in case any of the other teams need a coach. Hopefully this won't take too long. Were we the only team that like, and now it's coach hiring for the D League. Are we the only team that like has a whole new coaching coaching staff? Anyway, it's time for the rookie combine. This is where um, did I just skip? Oh no, I think it does it. I think it simulates rookie workouts. With the draft just a day away, you now have an opportunity to work out some of the draftees to get an even better feel for them going into the draft. To select the players to work out, click the Advance button. You will see that the player cards for the rookies you have scouted will contain more info than they do now. Also, feel free to click on the magazine on your desk. You will see there's a rookie guide available now for you to check out some of the rookies and get some help in deciding who to work out. So, I wish that this was available sooner. I wish it was available during the season before, but it doesn't become available until right before the draft. Um, but this is sort of like a mock draft. So this is who's projected to go first. Uh, is that Guy Thomas or G Thomas? Um, and if you want to scroll down, it will have a so okay. I like this because I'm a Kentucky fan. It's suggesting we pick Brandon Sullivan out of Kentucky, who is a point guard. And let me tell you, uh, personally, selfishly, even though this guy's completely fictional, it would be really cool to have a point guard from Kentucky. And that's who our mock draft has us picking. So I'm definitely going to work out Brandon Sullivan. We need a point guard. Let's go ahead and go to the. I hope I don't skip something. I'm afraid I'm going to skip something. I keep clicking next. Um, Sort this right here so we can kind of look at top to bottom. Brandon Sullivan's here. We're definitely going to work out Brandon Sullivan. And really, you've got 18 invites. I don't know that we need 18 invites. He's not the best point guard in the draft, though. If you look at the mock draft, he's not the first point guard projected to be taken. Um, let's also look at Marcus Robinson. He's a point guard, 3 stars. Let's look at Calvin Howard, who's a 3-star point guard. Let's look at some of these point guards that are 3 stars. George Cullen. Over here on the side, George Cullen already. Calvin Howard already. Treva Pullman. Let's work out Treva Pullman. That way we got. We'll work out just in case Ahmad Goodwin, even though it's kind of a stretch. We need up with him. If I can find him. Here he is. He's only a 2-star, which would be much better than what we've got right now. And then I'm just going to go to the top here and just work out, invite these top guys. Pondexter's giving like 5 stars, but was he projected to go 4th? So he's going to drop a little bit, even though he's top projection. Let's just work out these top guys. That way, you know, if it comes down to it and there aren't a lot of good point guards available, we can just take the best talent possible and work on getting a point guard during free agency, which will probably be the next video. I'll just work out these last two here, close this gap here, and let's run these workouts. That way we can see more about these players. I'm focused on trying to draft Brandon Sullivan. That's who I would like to draft if he's available when we get to it. The draft is next. I'm excited. It's a big day has arrived. Free agency you can also look at the free agency evaluation. I'm not going to worry too much about the free agency until the draft is over. We know we need a point guard first and foremost. Can you look at these workouts that we just ran? Is that what this stage is? Let's look at Brandon Sullivan. Yeah, our staff gives him a 4 out of 5, 3 stars. Let's click on him. A in scoring, C passing, B handling. You see, he's pretty good at everything except blocking, but he's 5'11", so what do you expect? Yeah, I definitely want Brandon Sullivan if he's available. I'm so scared he's going to be taken. Look at this, 3 out of 5 from the staff. Or no, is that 5 out of 5? I don't know what the white stars and the yellow stars mean. Anyway, he looks like he's the best point guard available. I hope he's still there when we get there. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this draft. And this opening song is much quieter, much more tranquil than the draft lottery song that scared me to death last night. Oh, by the way, speaking of being scared to death, I went back and looked at the audio of the previous video to see if I heard somebody talking when I was talking about not liking Vegas Howl, and I did not hear anything on the audio. I swear I heard somebody talking outside my house, and I'm alone. And it was weird. I was walking down the road, but it was like 40-degree temperature, and it was a dreary day, so I don't know if it's hot. I've not heard anything like that so far in this video, so just wanted to point that out. So here are the names of, showing the names of the people that could draft, teams that are in the lottery. Top 3 pick selections there. Draft 2024. Presented by Wolverine Studios. Build your dynasty. Yeah, and this looks, I'm not going to say very different, but definitely somewhat different than last year. And I like the way last year looked, but this looks pretty cool. I like the podium in the middle. This looks pretty cool so far. I love the tracker down here at the bottom. It actually looks a little bit different than last year, and it does look better, even though last year looked. I mean, let's just get to it. I don't want to ramble too much, but oh man, okay, I like this because in previous years you could only see like 4 picks at a time. You can see all 30 picks here, and I'm not going to wait like 5 minutes on all these picks. Let's just go ahead and like wait like 15 seconds. And Desmond Kernan is the first pick in the 2024 draft. Yeah, you can see how cool this looks. You got his strengths down here. weakness is this is so much better, in my opinion, of oh my gosh, the best point guard is Brandon Sullivan. I really want Brandon Sullivan. All right, let's go ahead and pick the next pick. And there was a trade. You can see the trade there. And they drafted Brian Pondexter, who is probably the most talented player in the draft. I tell you, I might try to, if somebody takes Sullivan, I might try to trade Richardson for Sullivan or something. Trade our pick and Richardson to get Sullivan. All right, let's go ahead and pick the next one. Leon Tiago goes to the Commodores, the third pick. Next pick goes to the Wasp. And there's a trade, and they take, I want to say Guy Thomas is his name. That's how you pronounce it. So 4 picks in. Brandon Sullivan is still available. I'm nervous and excited. The 5th pick in the draft to the Moose. They take Ray Regis. And if we can't get Sullivan as soon as our pick is done, I'm going to simulate the rest of the draft rather than watch this whole thing, because it would take an hours long video to sit through this whole thing. But you can see from this, it's very cool. It's a very cool experience, I think. The Blues are up next. They take Yehu Awojobi, center from Israel. Seventh pick. Ours is coming up. Next pick. Jamal Young goes to the Miami Burn. Guard from Dayton. Oh man. So there's like 3 picks left, and then our pick. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I won't do anything too drastic, but next pick. Luke Mosley goes to Boston College. Or no, he's from Boston College. He goes to the Portland Pioneers. Apologies. 2 picks left, and then our pick. Man, if Sullivan goes 10th, that'd be such a heartbreaker. Who are the Bison going to get with the 9th pick? Oh my gosh, they just took Brandon Sullivan. Okay. I really wanted Brandon. He's averages 8 rebounds a game as a 5'11" point guard. All right, guys. I'm going to attempt to trade our pick and Colin Richardson for Brandon Sullivan. Let's go ahead and see who they pick. Jamie Kubali. And it's our turn. Right? It is our turn, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Offer a trade. Let's see if we can do this. Colin Richardson. Select the buy. So they're over their cap space, though. I don't even know if this is. This isn't even cap legal, man. Oh my gosh. I'm heartbroken tonight. I really wanted Brandon Sullivan selfishly because he's a point guard from Kentucky. But he's unavailable. And I don't know if there's any way we could possibly get him because they would have to give up so much money in order to take that. And I don't know if there's any way. We could take Brian Towns off their hands. Okay, I wonder if they would like this. Um, there is no advantage. We could trade them Colin Richardson in order to get Brandon Sullivan and Brian Towns. Towns isn't a great player, but remember we have um, two star big men in Bennett and McCleary as it is. What do you think, guys? What if I offered let's take Richardson off the table for a second, and what if I offered Antoine Asani and the draft pick we currently have? It's no advantage. We get to keep Richardson. They can take our draft pick. It's not quite enough to value in the deal. Okay? But it sounds like they're at least thinking about it. How about this? Let's take Asani off the table. I guess we can't trade Lopez. He must have a no trade clause because I was going to think about trading him because you're going to have a point guard anyway, but must not be available. So, hmm. Could we trade Hill and the pick for Towns and Sullivan? It's not quite enough to value the deal. Got Hooper. I'm just going to try different random things. Hmm. They don't have a lot of players available to trade away. That's all they have is these guys. So I think we would have to take Towns and Sullivan, give them our pick. I don't want to give up Richardson unless I have to. But maybe I will have to. Maybe that's the only option. Did we try Nick Bryant? Could we do Nick Bryant and Hooper? Oh, I'm just clicking random things now. You have at least got to come close to matching the best thing from our side. So the best thing from their side is Brandon Sullivan. Sheesh, guys. Should I give up McCleary? I mean, he was averaging 20 points for us, but remember, he is 35. He is aging. You still have Richardson and Bennett. So let's take let's take Hooper off the table. Let's take Bryant off the table. Let's try McCleary. Oh, that's not. We can't do that because cap wise, they can't afford that. It's going to have to be Richardson. It's going to have to be Richardson. All right, guys. What about this? Wait 1 second. Can I do this? Okay. So we'll trade our first round pick we've got right now and Colin Richardson. And in exchange, we'll get Brandon Sullivan, Brian Towns, and the Bison's first round pick next year. And it is advantage them, so they should take it. And I'm pulling the trigger on this. We will not trade a future first round draft pick without getting a valuable player. It says advantage them, and they still don't want to do it. Darn it. Man. I really don't want to give up Richardson. I wish we could trade Lopez. Is there any way we could trade picks for Sullivan and keep Richardson? Or take Towns off the table. They really want. I don't want to trade another first round pick for next year because you never know. You never, ever know. Richardson is such a high potential, is the only thing. He's 22. Bennett's potential. Arizona can't trade Bennett. He's a potential 5-star player. That would be stupid. You know what? I hate to say it, but maybe we just let Brandon Sullivan go. Maybe we just let him go. Is there any way this video has turned into a long video of me just mulling over this decision? Is there any way you must first place a player in the trade? I wish they could tell you what they want in exchange for Brandon Sullivan. How old is Towns? He's old. He's 34. This game, they have really good logic that they do when it comes to trading. You can't hardly get anything over on the computer when it comes to trading. If we could have Bennett locked up for longer than 1 year, he's pretty happy though. All right. Forget what I said. I'm going to try it. Richardson for Sullivan and Towns. They still don't think it's enough to value that. They want that first. I don't want to give up this pick either. That's advantage. Crap. That's advantage them. Oh, I'm not giving up Bennett. Sorry, Sullivan. We'll do that. I don't want to give up Fortson either. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way is if we give up Richardson. That's not conceivable. They are getting a valuable player in Richardson for that pick. That makes me. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I just wasted a lot of time. I might cut that out. It's just who's the best point guard available. Let's watch down here. I can't believe we lost Sullivan. Best point guard available. Whoever it says, that's who we'll take. George Cullen, who we did look at. He's a 3-star. He's at a Providence. 3 stars, 4-star potential. Well, that's 3 stars from Wolverine Sports, 4 stars from the Scout. Yeah, view player details. Let's go ahead and draft George Cullen. Richardson. I hope he stays. I'm curious to see what these guys say. JP, are you happy with the selection for George Cullen? He says it's a good pick. He says a solid pick. Very durable player. That's good. He's very tough as nails. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and simulate the rest of this draft. We don't have any more picks. So we're going to have this simulate the rest of the way. I took a lot of time on that, trying to get Sullivan in a trade. Is it over? Oh, no, it's not over. Yeah, it's over. Next is contracts. Let's look at the contracts. How good is Colin? 2.5 potential 3-star player. So I don't think Sullivan is that much better. Um, so compared to Lopez, yeah, he's a little bit better than Lopez. So he'll definitely be starting. I'm sorry it took so long. I really wanted Sullivan. Shoot. All right. I don't want to. I don't want to extend his contract right now, Colin. If he was a little bit better, I could go ahead and wrap him up for 4 years. I may early in the season. We'll see if he gets that extra half a star. If he does, I'll try to wrap him up for 3 or 4 years. That way we'll have at least a decently solid point guard that we've drafted that can stay with us for a little while. Um, Cleary is worth so much money and he's getting older. I think I'm just going to let his. We'll just have him be for the rest of this year. Can I re-sign? We have to renounce rights on some of these guys, which stinks. Expersion. Okay, he gets to go. It's fine. We'll go ahead and let Josh Shepard and Chris Kelly go as well. I have plenty of cap space to work with. Bennett. Can we extend Bennett any right now? We can offer an extension to Bennett, actually, which I would like to do. And he accepts. So that's great. That ties Bennett up with us for the next few seasons. I don't know if I want to do that with Richardson yet. We've already got Bennett. What about McClinton? He was kind of unhappy. He's 2.5 though. I mean, technically, you could get somebody better after next season. He's still with us for this season. About Fortson. Fortson's 26. What an extension on. I mean, he's still got 2 years with us. I don't want to do that right now at this very moment. We got Bennett tied up for a few years. That's great. We got a new point guard in George Cullen, at least for right now. So that's great. So let's just hold this right here. I'll see how things look when the season starts. I want to end the video right here. I know it's been long and I wasted a bunch of time with the trade to try to get Sullivan, and it didn't work out. So anyway, until next time.